The way this video is about to be like the longest video I've made in a hot minute, letting you guys know from the jump of this, okay? We're going to be talking about somebody new up on my channel who I actually haven't talked about before. Her name is Paeka. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly, y'all, because I have not met somebody with a name like that. I don't even know if that's her real name or maybe just like her, you know, online persona name. Forgive me on that. I do want to say that she is part of the whole like Ash Trevino like universe because I have seen her before like beefing with like them, you know what I'm saying? I want to say she even had beef with like Heffa too. I may be tripping on that. Anyways, I specifically wanted to make this video because if you guys didn't know, I started this channel off as a beauty channel. Like, y'all, the way I've been doing makeup since 16 years old. I haven't done makeup in the past 2 years now, but up until then I had been doing makeup, so it's been a hot minute. This was once upon a time a beauty channel. We are going to be talking about a hairstylist that is calling her out, and y'all, this went super viral on TikTok, and obviously a lot of people are kind of divided about this. The majority of the people are on Paeka's side. I have to say, I'm so curious to know your guys' thoughts and opinions about this because it does involve tipping, and I know that we're like currently living in a climate here in the United States of America where this whole tipping shit is kind of crazy, y'all. Like, I feel, you know what's really crazy? Every time that I go through Dutch Bros, y'all, am I just the only one that I'm like, damn, I gotta tip every single time that I go through there because I just feel bad the way that like put the screen at you and I'm like, damn it, I'm already paying $6 for a damn medium-sized coffee and then I gotta tip $2 on top of that. Like, Jesus, you know, like this is really, really expensive. So I'm just curious to know as soon as we get down into it. I'm going to start this off by playing a TikTok. It is really long. I am going to speed it up a little bit, but this is obviously the whole context of the story, so I kind of do have to play it. It actually comes from Paeka's husband's account to where he posted it, and this has millions of views because there's this hairstylist, right? Let me give you guys a little bit of context before the clip. She went and got her hair done, and I guess apparently like it was going to take a long time because she was bleaching her whole entire hair from root to tip because she was going to be going like super, super hot pink, right? So she had to bleach it and then obviously color it, and it was going to be an all-day process. She showed up there, and I want to say that she said she was going to order lunch, and she got her a drink, a coffee or something like that, and then she got her food too. So or dessert, sorry. So she got her a drink, she got her a dessert, and she got her food. Okay, she got her those three things right there. So she didn't tip her. Here's the thing, the girl from this salon who she had actually went to before got up on the internet and started talking shit about her because she didn't tip and she took too much time in her chair. Here's the real shitty thing about this video though, letting you guys know from the jump. I like literally searched and searched and searched. I couldn't find the original video from the hairstylist that was talking shit about Paeka and saying that, oh, she didn't tip and all this stuff and she took too much time in her chair. And I have to say, it bothers me that I couldn't find it because that salon actually ended up making their TikTok account private because they were getting so much hate from this situation because I really wanted to see the front half of it. But obviously within this clip you guys are about to see, a lot of it is going to be explained. I was just so curious to see the original, you know, wording of it all, like how much shit was the hairstylist talking. Because, by the way, I forgot to mention, too, the hairstylist charged $530, okay? Anyways, go to check out this clip right here.
Like, we're not going to go in the back room where your cameras are so you can expose it on TikTok because you've already taken the liberty of getting my personal business out there on TikTok and spreading information. And then on top of that, if you have anything you want to relay, no, you're good. I'm saying it right now. She's on the phone so she can hear. She's getting the relay message. So I'm saying you can put it in writing.
No, that's okay. I will. I'll do that right now. I put it in. Okay. That's okay. So,
Can I ask you something? Babe, I swear it's mandatory to tip.
Is it mandatory to tip someone? Did I overlap?
Is it mandatory to tip somebody?
I overlapped her schedule, is what she said. It was mandatory to tip, and I bought her food, and I brought her a drink and dessert. Like I said, she charged me.
You want to relay to Kate? You totally
That's
can.
So Kate is on the phone.
Kate's on the phone, so that's what I'm doing, girl. Like, that's what I'm doing.
I'm the middle woman. This is like the
Do
possible.
you want to take notes or
That's what
something?
you're saying. You're
Like,
saying Kate is on the
This is
phone.
You're the middle woman. Do you want to relay the message then? Do you want to take notes and relay the message?
This is the protocol we prefer.
Okay, so if she hears me on the phone, then I'm relaying the message that you're telling me to relay. But you guys are not letting me talk.
That's fine. You can shoot her an email. You can say.
No, wait, like we're here,
You know
like
everything you
so.
want
If
to
she
say,
comes
okay?
before and she's gonna get a service, we talk to you guys, right? So we're talking about a service that you provided, right?
We're not talking about anything.
Yeah, we are.
What do you have?
What do you
What do you
literally
mean?
came outside and you called your boss because you know
Why are you laughing?
that this is like, yeah, I know. This is really
Why
like.
are you laughing? This is not even funny. You're literally going on social media. One of your employees, I'm not saying it's you, because and they're talking shit about her, but she's an influencer.
To someone else to relay the message, to post it online. Everyone's talking bad about how I didn't tip this poor hairdresser and how I'm so mean and I overlapped her schedule and it was such an inconvenience to her, even though I booked my schedule. I posted pictures inside her website of what I had and what I wanted, so she knew the amount of time. I feel like it's unprofessional on her part because maybe her time management is off and she had to like attend her other person while I was still in the chair waiting and like asking her, hey, can you check on my hair while she's unattending me? So I just felt like it was very unprofessional and honestly it was just disrespectful. No, I thought that I felt safe at my hair salon And obviously that's not the case. So I hope you understand that I did like your business before this, but I don't agree with who your manager is and who you have running it here, because not only is she being very disrespectful, snarking and laughing in my face, but even if I say all of this, it's like it doesn't even matter because you guys are just going to be on each other's side if Kate can't even talk out loud. You know what I mean? So I hope that you guys
like a certain protocol.
no, that's fine. And I
we
hope
gave
that you guys
those
are
two
recording.
options.
I hope that you guys are recording.
No.
So that we no, that's fine.
We gave you those
because
two
you wanted to
options.
take us to the back to record. So as you smile in my face still. Well, because
Oh,
you
I'm
you weren't
definitely
doing that
recording.
before.
For sure, I'm definitely
Yeah, see,
recording.
still laughing.
It's fine.
So if you wanted to take it to the back, then that's
We
fine.
gave you your two options.
Okay.
If you don't want to take us up on either, then I don't really know what else we have to talk about.
Okay, cool. Have a good one.
So as you guys see from right there, that salon manager, I am so sorry, like the way she was handling it low-key was a little bit weird, because she was like, you can come inside and we can talk about this, because a lot of people are assuming, okay, they're like over here speculating that this salon owner wanted to get her back inside the salon because they have cameras and they wanted to record it and supposedly post like their version of it on social media. Meanwhile, the whole time the husband was recording this whole entire situation that was happening right outside of the salon. And Paeka had said that she would go inside the salon if her husband could go inside, and she said no, the husband couldn't go inside, which I do gotta say, I felt like it was a little bit weird that you're over here trying to isolate her when you're gonna take her into a salon to where it's obviously you and your staff, but her husband can't come in. I find that to be a little bit weird. And of course she's over here like, oh, because of safety issues. And it's like, so you want her to go inside there alone without her husband, but there's like, who knows how many of you inside? Like, I thought that was a little bit weird. Anyways, my question to you guys about this whole entire situation is, do you think it is necessary to tip for a $530 service, which obviously that's a lot. I do know that it is obviously a lot of work. I used to actually work at a salon. No, I don't do hair. I've never done hair. However, I manage the front end of it, like, you know, all the bookings and all that shit. And I have to say, I know that somebody with this length of hair who is going to bleach it, like, it's going to be like a 6 to 8 hour process. It is super, super long. I get that. Obviously, you would think that you would work your tip into the price. You know what I'm saying? Being that you are charging $530. Because at the end of the day, a tip is not a, you know, mandatory thing. It's obviously something somebody's going to be giving about, and it's like not a necessity. So I am curious to know your guys' thoughts and opinions about that. So many people in the comment section of that video were like, easy, report to the cosmetology board, the salon is cooked, like buying her lunch and dessert is enough of a freaking tip, man. What more did she want? And that's why I say too, I'm kind of like, at the end of the day, of course, being tipped is, oh my gosh, it's such a lovely feeling. Like, y'all, I used to work at Mac before, and yes, we couldn't accept tips. However, if somebody like shoved it into our brush belt, obviously then we could take it. And sometimes when I would go on above and beyond for like, you know, a client, I would be like, oh, it'd be nice to get a little tip, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes when I'd be like, oh my gosh, like literally just a like little $5 that can go get me Wetzel Pretzel, like made my day, like literally made my day. So I totally get it. Like obviously getting a tip is a really nice feeling, but it's like, you're charging $530. You know what I mean? Like you obviously should have worked your tip into the price, knowing this was going to be an all-day thing for you. I do want to go ahead and play one more TikTok, so where Paeka herself is actually like talking about this whole entire situation and explaining a little bit more. Go ahead and check it out.
Hey, so no, I'm not here to talk about Miss Mold or Panocha. I'm here to I'm here to talk about Skelotim Salon, specifically the South Congress location here in the South Austin. If you guys ever want to get your hair dyed, or if you want a haircut or whatever service, do not go to that location. I am saving you the headache, because they will tell anything that you tell them, or they will say the amount of your tip, or if you tipped at all, to people that don't like you, so that they can say it online and make you look like a bad person. Even though you booked your appointment and submitted your current hair and your inspiration, what you wanted to do, she could have denied it if I was a nuisance in her schedule and I overlapped her chair for that long. Also, I personally don't understand why it was even a problem that I overlapped her schedule, because I feel like I'm a client, I'm giving you business, and you could have, it wasn't a problem whenever her other client got there and she was tending to her other client, you know, while at the same time like kind of neglecting me. I'm kind of having to ask her and remind her like, hey, can you check on my hair please? Hey, it's been 20 minutes. You told me like we'll wash it and stuff. So we show up, my husband and I, because I wasn't even gonna go in person at first, but we look on Yelp, and the manager or the owner of this salon, she's like replying and saying that I'm lying and that I'm bullying and spreading false. First of all, it wasn't even me that said anything. Okay, like I wasn't the one that outed y'all. Someone in that salon did, and then they reported it to, you know, Mold, and then Mold was the one who said something. So I don't understand why it's like my fault. That's very unprofessional, and really I wouldn't want any of my besties in Austin to go and have an experience like that. So I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say something, especially because whenever we show up, the manager, what's her name, babe? Kristen, she was so disrespectful. Yo, this girl looked at me in my face and was like laughing at me and smiling at me. They did not take us serious at all. They weren't letting my husband inside the store. For some reason, they were like, no, let's talk in the back, her words. Let's talk in the back with the cameras and in the room with cameras so we can record it without your husband. What? And my husband recorded it, so if you guys want that video, like, he can post it on his page. But I honestly just felt so disrespected. She was like, we're trying to relay a message, like, if you want to relay a message, but the whole time the owner is on the phone, and it just felt like they couldn't even take accountability. They didn't say sorry. Like, it just felt like a breach of privacy, or almost kind of just, why would a salon want to go and start drama or insert themselves in drama, you know?
And the owner didn't say a single word.
Yeah, she didn't say anything. And I even told her, like, hey, look, I used to love the salon. Like, whenever I first came to the salon, like, I even brought my grandma to another location. You know, I had worked with this hairstylist twice. This was the second time, unfortunately, that, you know, I gave her business. And I just feel like if I pay $530 for a service, I buy you lunch, buy you a drink, buy you a little dessert. We're kikiing the whole time. Like, we don't have to be cool and we're not friends, but I feel like it's very unprofessional to kind of just make me feel like everything's okay and then kind of get upset because I didn't want to do a promo. You know, I'm not obligated to do a promotion if we are doing an exchange of business. Like, if I'm paying for your business, I don't have to tag you in every single video of my hair, you know? And I feel like maybe they got upset at me too, because remember whenever I was gonna leave, they were like, oh, can we take a picture of your hair, you know, to post it? And I was just like, honestly, like, you guys can take a picture, but of just the back, like maybe not my face. And I saw like an exchange of looks between the two girls, my hairdresser and the receptionist, so I just felt almost kind of like judged for not wanting to take a picture. But nonetheless, it just felt very
Disrespected, bro. Honestly, like, that's...
disrespectful. Yeah.
As y'all saw from right there, she is calling out that salon, which, oh, I gotta say, this is not a good look for that salon, because everyone should know at the end of the day, when you work in any type of like hospitality thing or any type of service industry, a tip is not something that is mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Of course, at the end of the day, yes, it is very much appreciated. However, it's never a mandatory thing. And y'all, I have to say too, even working at the salon, like, none of the girls that I worked with before would get so pressed. You know what I mean? They would be super happy that some people were obviously very giving. However, sometimes even when somebody like went above and beyond for a client and they didn't get a tip, they were just like, oh, damn, that sucks. They didn't make it a big ass deal about it. The fact that this girl blew it up on social media to where now it's completely backfiring on the salon, and it turns out that it's a franchise of salons. I think that is really crazy, and I think they are totally screwed because this is not a good look. Also, on top of that too, like, when you go to get a service done, like, this is just my opinion, okay? Whether you go to a dermatologist, whether you go to like get a facial, whether you go get a massage, whatever it is, I think it's so fucked up when somebody gets out there and actually outs your business like that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's like a breach of privacy right there, because it's like, you're going to this place, obviously, and you're like, damn, this person's gonna go up on the internet and talk shit about me after. It's not a very comforting feeling. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I do have a question for you guys. In this specific scenario, who do you think is the wrong? Do you think that the salon is in the wrong, or do you think that Paeka's in the wrong? Do you think that she should have tipped knowing that it was $530? Also, I gotta ask this too. Do you guys feel that maybe she shouldn't have bought her a drink, food, and a dessert? Do you guys think that she should have just used that money and just tipped her 20 bucks or however much that stuff cost? You know what I mean? Because some people were commenting that too, like, oh, like maybe she would prefer the money rather than the food. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to know you guys' thoughts on that. However, I'm sorry, but I'm just a firm believer in, obviously, when you're going to get a service like that, yes, a tip is very much appreciated, and I totally get that, but it's not something that's mandatory. But anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.